this is John McCaul from the FYI show, and we are on the road with Joel DeAndre. Joel?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, hey, this is great. Known in the ring as the real deal Joel Davis. I'm here with John McCaul, City Councilman, and the host of FYI. We're here at St. Thomas Church, right on High Street in Taunton, Massachusetts. And yes, folks, a special segment. It's anti-bullying and self-defense. John, it was a great segment, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, it was. It was awesome. We had an opportunity to talk to a group of seniors to talk about self-defense, what to do and how to handle when you get into a bad situation. We talked about this on our show probably a few weeks ago, and we said we're going to take it live and meet people, and that's what we did.
And
Today
we did
was the
it.
day.
Today was the day. We did it in beautiful downtown Taunton, Massachusetts. Ethel Fraga, trustee of the library, was here, Father John, and it was just a great community service here today, and I'm so glad I was a part of it. John, thank you very much for having me.
No problem at all, but you got to remember one thing, is that we're going to actually go on the road even further to talk to more groups about self-defense and talking about bullying, because it doesn't just happen with teenagers. It doesn't happen with the young kids. It happens with seniors. And believe it or not, it happens in the workforce. So we're going to be taking this on the road. So stay tuned for other programs. And Joel, thanks for tag teaming.
That's
what
right.
do you think?
Hey, wait a minute. I started this program. Stay tuned, okay? All right, great. First of all, I wanted to thank everyone for being here at the St. Thomas Church here in my hometown in Taunton, Massachusetts. It's my first opportunity to speak in Taunton, Massachusetts, which is my hometown. It's my 4th year as a guest speaker, and I'm very pleased to be here. And I would like to thank Miss Ethel Fraga, Father John, and everyone here at the St. Thomas Church in Taunton. Let's get a round of applause for everybody here today. I think this is a great event, the Joy of Living, the senior luncheon, every Thursday. And again, thank you all for being here. I have a special guest with me today. My name is, before I get to my special guest, my name is Joel DeAndre, and I am a full-time security officer who coordinates the security department at the Taunton Public Library. I'm a retired professional wrestler, 22 years. I've had 5 championship belts. I'm also trained in mixed martial arts, boxing, and kickboxing. Now I'm doing guest speaking. I do guest speaking on Staying Fit, Living Your Dream for the children. I've been around speaking to all different children around the areas and the different public libraries for the last 4 years. And now I'm doing a new program starting in 2018 that Mr. McCaul is with me doing this program. It's called Anti-Bullying and Self-Defense. I don't think anybody should be bullied or feel uncomfortable at any time. Thank you. And I'd like to introduce my special guest, the City Councilman of Taunton, right here, one of our City Councilmen, Mr. John McCaul.
Thank you, Joel. How's everyone doing? Can you hear me okay? Or should I talk a little bit louder? Okay. All right. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about bullying. And you know what's interesting? When I was younger, I used to get picked on myself. And how I got picked on was they said, "Oh, John, you had a big nose, ha, ha, ha." And you know, it really kind of hurts your feelings. But when I got older, I says, you know, this is going to probably end. But I guarantee you, each and every one of you probably now, and you probably won't want to say it, but you probably have been bullied now yourself. Because sometimes if you're living in a nursing home, or if you're living in an apartment, people like to gossip. Say, "Did you know this about Ethel?" I'm not just picking on you, see that? But did you know this about Ethel? Or did you know this about John? Did you know this about so-and-so? And you just think it's gossiping, but it's not really gossiping. Gossiping, excuse me, there was tongue-tied there. And what it is that you're trying to make fun of that person, and it's the same thing that happens when you're younger. And I experienced it, and like I said, I thought it would go away over the years, but when it happens to you now, you get hurt. You're saying, geez, I like to sit with my friends over here, but all of a sudden, that table that everyone sits down at, you can't even sit at that table, and you wonder why, because they're trying to bully you also. Or if you see a person that you want to talk to and then a person ignores you, and that's a form of bullying also. That's what's happening in your time right now. And I read in AARP back in March of 2012, there was an article about bullying with seniors. And they said that 20% of the seniors really get bullied. And some don't feel like they are, but then they find out they are being bullied, and it really hurts. So today, we're not going to talk about bullying, how it really affects you, but it's really going to talk about the protection when someone gets bullied and how to handle it. Joel's going to show some demonstrations that he taught me, and I thought was pretty interesting. So if you have any questions after, we'll take them from you. But Joel, you're going to do some stuff on me, right?
Yes, we have two demonstrations of self-defense if it ever becomes physical, and we're going to show that at the end of the program.
Okay.
But before we get to that self-defense demonstration, I'd like to tell everyone and basically let everybody know that I'm aware that with senior citizens, I believe with both of my grandparents who have passed away since, I know they went through some of these situations. And one is you could be bullied out of money. You could be intimidated out of maybe giving money to somebody, or you could be intimidated out of maybe your meal or your food, or again, like John said, name calling. That's not nice to do. If there's any problem with somebody that you know that may be bullying you out of your money or anything, or bullying you maybe out of just a meal or something, and you feel uncomfortable, you should go to a family member that you feel comfortable with, that you can trust, or even the management of an apartment complex or wherever you may be staying. Go to somebody that you can tell them what's going on. Don't fight it alone. Go to somebody that can assist you and let you know what you should do next. And if that doesn't help, go to law enforcement. Again, this is the joy of living. We shouldn't have to feel awkward or uncomfortable with situations like this. And again, name calling is not nice. So we should try to get along and be good to everyone. And I always say God is good, God is great, and I think that everyone should pray and be kind to people more than say things mean to people. Because if you're good to people, it does come back to you in life, as far as I'm concerned.
And that's absolutely right, because just like you were saying about God is great, so we're all brothers and sisters in Christ here, okay? And the thing is that you really need to treat your person that you love, that you spend your time with respect. And as you mentioned about bullying, it shouldn't have happened. And if it does, even believe it or not, it actually happens with family members too. So don't feel like you're alone. Really talk to someone. Talk to Father John. You say, Father John, I have a situation. He'll be able to help you. Like Joel said, go to the police department if you need help that way, or even a family member. Or call Joel and I. We'll tag team them. Not just joking, but all kidding aside.
Well, if anything happens at the Taunton Public Library, I'll take care of it.
But we're here to help you today, so I hope, if you have any questions, just raise your hand and ask us a question.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Before we get to the demonstrations, folks, does anyone have any questions of anything we spoke about or that we haven't talked about today at the St. Thomas Church? Is there any? You have a question, ma'am? No. This is like an auction. If you move your hand, we're going to ask you. Oh, you like this? Guy like that one, huh? Any questions at all? Okay. Ms. Fraga, was there anything else that you wanted us to speak about bullying and self-defense before we go to the demonstration? Okay, well, we were saving that for the main event, so we're going to get to that right now. Okay, all right. So what else? I have two different techniques that I wanted to show everybody here today so everybody can learn this. Now, this is the last resort, meaning if anything ever gets physical with somebody that may be bullying you or trying to, like again, taking your money or anything it might be, this is what you should do. And remember, when this is happening, you should also call for help. You want to make sure people around you are aware of what's going on. This will bring attention to the situation, and it probably will diffuse what might happen and de-escalate something that could be really bad that could happen to you. But if you get into these two different situations, they both will work 100% of the time. I'm going to show you right now with John, okay?
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
We'll put this down right here.
Okay, so first situation is, okay, you're in a situation with somebody and they are ready to physically attack you. They may go, don't go there. May go for the choke, okay? They may go choke your neck, right? So they have their hands, and they're coming up here, and they got you like this, and they're choking you. Once somebody puts their hands up, and you don't have to be too strong to do this, it's more of momentum and balance. And wait, you'll see how I move my arms, okay? So, John, go for the choke.
Here I come.
Put it up.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
And then my arms are down here. I have two arms, right? Everybody, whoop, and down, okay? You see that? We're going to do it again. A little faster this time, like that. Bring it in.
I walk up here.
See it? Okay?
No,
So,
do a little bit slower if we could.
okay, now slow motion, one more time, folks. Someone's going to try to choke you, this is how you're gonna get out of it. It's right here.
Person right here.
See, my arms are down here. You're gonna have your arms, because this person's choking you, right? Your arms are free, right? Right, brother? So you're gonna like this, you put your arms up, and you come down like that. And then you're back up, help! You're getting away. Take your time away, see that? And it's not a magic show, this is proven techniques. Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you come up here? Come on up. We'll show you.
Okay, we have a brave participant. Would you like to come up? Well,
Okay.
well, hold on one second.
Okay,
please.
sure.
We're gonna answer this question, we're gonna get to that, okay? So, to answer your question, excuse me, sir, to answer your question is, when you're bringing your arms up like this, and they put their hands on your throat, your arms are going up, you're breaking free. We'll go over with you in a minute.
Okay.
You're gonna step back, and now you're gonna step back. Help! You're gonna ask for help. You're gonna try to get away from that situation and bring attention to that situation. It's just like when you're in a parking lot and you go into your vehicle and it's at nighttime, you're looking to the left, you're looking to the right, you're trying to park under a parking light, and you're always trying to be around other people. Because criminals and people that are trying to bully you, they will stay away from somebody that have other people around them because they're not comfortable to commit that crime.
I'm going to look like I'm going after her and you show her the arm movement. Is that okay? I want you to stand over here.
Over here.
And he's going to use your arm. So if I'm going to be walking, everyone can see, right?
I'm gonna show you over here.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to be grabbing her here.
Now you got your arms behind you. This is right here, right? So this he's got you by the neck, right? So your arms, so you're gonna bring them up.
So am I gonna bring them up this way or?
You're gonna bring them up right in between.
Inside, okay. So,
And watch me.
oh, okay, so you,
Just like that.
all right, so.
But push down, push down. Now
Oh,
one
I
more
didn't
time. I want to
push
get a round
down.
of applause out this way. You ready? Hut, go. Hoop, hoop, look at that.
Oh, I didn't see that
One more time. Now, I'm going to put a little bit more pressure on you. You're going to see how easy it is to get away, okay?
back. Okay,
All right?
all right.
I'm going to grab you like this.
Bring those up and down. Come on.
Now?
Ready? Go.
See that?
Yeah, and I can do it.
And you got to back out,
Yeah.
back
Oh,
down.
yeah, and back up.
Back up. And you'll all help.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's hear it from you. You have a question?
The knee right there. Yeah, you could do that. You could.
I didn't want to take that chance. She's right what she said. A little knee reaction would be like singing soprano.
No, but we don't want time is, one second, miss, time is an essence. We really don't want to get too fancy with, this and that, and we want to just boom and try to get away. But that's true. Yeah, you learned that one? But I'm just saying.
I don't want to actually be showing you that one.
We have a question.
We have a question.
If you're alone, in a parking lot, you're left, and you see someone that's around you that's suspicious, or you feel suspicious,
Yep.
to use your panic button on the remote control.
That's-
And people, it draws attention.
That's right. That's another good point. So everybody hear that? That's another. So you know what we say, folks. It's so true. And no matter what our age is in life, knowledge is power. And we're all learning today. And that's something else. If you're in a parking lot, hit that panic button if you have it. Again, always try to be around other people and let people know what's happening. If you are, again, being bullied or there's a threat of any kind of robbery, or anything, that way somebody can help you out. We have one other technique. Would everybody like to see that one? Okay. You have time for that, sir? You have plenty of time. You're retired now, right? Yeah. Well, I'm at work right now. I got to get back to work.
Ex-military,
I got plenty of time. Well, it's military.
both of us.
Both of you.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Let's hear it for these two military men. Thank you, sir. What branch? Both Army, yeah? Oh, that's great.
I was too. What's your MOS?
63 Hotel,
And what's that 63 Hotel?
that's a mechanic.
Nice.
Truck mechanic.
Were you also 63? No, infantry. That's great. So
I've never-
13 Bravo or
I
13
never did my
Foxtrot?
MLS, so.
Bravo. So you're
Southeast
artillery.
Asia.
Infantry, right?
Good stuff. That's good stuff. Nothing wrong with that. That's something to be proud of to serve the United States of America. Okay, so this is the one last technique that I wanted to show everybody. Everybody is pretty comfortable and know that, yeah, they know how to get that choke pretty good. Remember, those arms are up and down. It's all about balance, not about strength. Okay, so there's another situation. So what could happen if you were being bullied by whoever it could be? It could be somebody that you don't know, somebody that you do know, could be a friend that gets angry or whatever, and they want to try to get a hold of you. So John's over here, he's standing there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get a hold of him because now I'm bullying John. And what I would do is I would grab his arm right here.
Okay.
See how I have his arm here? And I'm saying, hey, I'm trying to pull him. See? Now, the way to get out of this is very simple. When you're grabbing that wrist like this and you have this person here, all you want to do is reach around with your other hand, like John's going to show us, and he's going to, that's a thick sweater, good man, and he's going to use his hand to grab what? The thumb. Once you grab that thumb, go ahead. He's got it. Because you remember, without the thumb, you don't have the grip, right? So you're pulling that thumb back. So John, here we go, slow motion. John's grabbing onto my wrist. He's trying to take my money.
Shall I use this hand? You want me to use this
This
hand?
side, he's trying to take my money. Yep, so you take my, and I'm grabbing the thumb like this, and I'm pulling it back. He's done. He's all done. I'm stepping back.
So you're pushing back.
Yep. And again, you're shoving up help. So you grab, go again, slow motion. He's got me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I take my other hand's free, right? We're grabbing the thumb, and we're pulling it back.
Oh, wow. Easy. In that case, what happens with it? You push them right away.
Remember that. So, slow motion one more time. He's grabbing the wrist. Again, no matter what wrist he's grabbing, you're grabbing the thumb, you're pulling back, and you're free. You're stepping back and yelling out help. So once they get a hold of you, you get that. So again, remember, when someone gets a grip on you like that, and you're moving you around, once that thumb is pulled back, there's no grip. You can try it with somebody sitting beside you. Just gently, you grab their wrist just nice and easy like this, and see. Grab their wrist, and you'll see if you take that thumb and pull back, you can't hold on.
But don't pull too hard because you can really hurt someone.
Yeah, you don't have to pull it hard, but if you just, does somebody want to come up and demonstrate it? Where's my participant?
I think Father John wanted to come on, right?
Father John? Come on up. Why not? This is your house. Okay.
Here you go. I'll let Joel show you.
Okay. So someone grabbing Father John's wrist, grab my thumb. Father John. That was pretty quick. That was easy. Thank you. See that? He did that with ease. Multitasking. He's just doing what he's doing and boom. Very nice. Any questions on getting out if someone's grabbing your arm? Any questions on this? Everybody got that one too? I hope everybody learned a little something today.
Now, this is, like you said, this is an easy one right here. When someone grabs you by the neck, push it right away, and then you step back.
And you can practice these even in the mirror or something like that. You know, you don't need somebody else to try to. But these could come into play in our lives, and they could help us out in a situation. Yes, ma'am. Quick question, please.
My sister was actually attacked in the park, at a major department store, and literally right across the parking lot in broad daylight. What do you do? He was going for her purse, it was a shoulder purse, but because it was leather, it wasn't coming. So he literally dragged her, and then he ended up cutting the purse and taking the purse, and the young kid. So what would you do if someone was going for your purse, not your neck, not your arms, but you're just going for your purse?
Well, yeah,
And
she's
she
saying it
was
was.
hooked in it.
She's saying she was hooked in it. So, this lady's sister, unfortunately, was robbed in a parking lot, and she had a pocketbook around her shoulder, and the thief was grabbing the pocketbook, but it was attached, and dragged the poor woman with the pocketbook still attached to the. But you said it was attached to the shoulder?
She would had it, yes, and he was getting, so
Yeah.
he eventually cut it.
Yeah.
But
I would say take the if she had a jacket on, just take the whole jacket off or whatever it is and get rid of the pocketbook. Get rid of whatever this thief's trying to get. At that point, you want to get that off of your body, so that way they get it and it's not worth your life. You know.
the reason I asked that question is so many women here, we all know, and every day people are coming snatch the purse. And I think just seniors, but my sister was quite young.
Yeah. Well, if it gets to that point, let it go. If they're dragging you along, let it go. You
She
know what I mean?
couldn't, I mean, that she did,
Does she have a jacket on?
he literally dragged her, and when he got the person ran, so.
Because if you're gonna keep on trying to take it off, you're gonna dislocate your shoulder, and there's so much more.
I think we had one more question. Thank you.
And a situation like you just told us that when you get in a situation, instead of saying, say fire, and everybody will run. But we just didn't have to do this.
Oh, to get attention to the situation? Yeah. Whatever works. At that time, whatever works. No shame. Whatever works to get attention to your dangerous situation that you need to get people to be aware of what's going on. That's the way to go. I mean, I would suggest health. That would work too.
Would you repeat her question, John? Joel?
Yes.
Would you repeat the question, John?
The question, what this folk is telling us is basically if she's in a situation, could she yell out something like fire? So everybody's attention would be very being creative. Kind of like with the knee, creative. Ms. Fragger, is there anything else?
I know you gave us a half an hour to do the program, and we just want to say thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And be safe out there, okay?
That's right.